Hi guys. Oh, my connection's weak. Let's see if we can fix that. Okay, so we'll be talking about shiny object syndrome, what to do about it. And for those of you that have never met me before, my name is Padebia Jomo. I'm the founder of the Business Savage Chick Academy. I'm a sales coach and a client attraction genie. I help you get over no client months, no sales, no profits, and then 10x your profit, 10x your sales by drawing out sales or marketing strategies that convert. So what we're talking about this morning is shiny object syndrome, and pretty much the reason why I decided to do this video, it was more of a spur of the moment thing for me. There's a particular somebody that I kind of follow on Instagram and Facebook, and he is a shiny object. He has acute shiny object syndrome, and I realized that it's a problem that majority of people have. And I used to be in that boat a short while ago. I used to chase after every shiny object, anything that anyway is happening. I'm going to describe what a shiny object syndrome looks like, and I'm also going to tell you how you can actually overcome it. Hi Adewale and hi Joy. If you can see me, can you just make me know you can actually hear me to be sure we're all good? Hi Regina Michael. I'm trying to adjust my tripod stand. I think it's good. Okay, fine. Okay, so but first of all, let's talk about what exactly a shiny object syndrome is and what it is not, right? Hi Comfy Pal. Hi Regina Michael. So a shiny object syndrome pretty much is chasing after, hi Joy, chasing after anything that you see that is shiny. So you are working on a project and then you see something else and then you get distracted and you decide to just leave that project you're working on and then follow it. Now, there are two different types of shiny object syndrome. The first one is when you actually want to start something and then you are always in processing mode. You're always analyzing. You're always in processing. You haven't started it. Now, that's one shiny object. And there's another shiny object of, okay, you started a business. It has not even gone anywhere. And then you are leaving it to jump into the next big thing. I have my notes here I'll be looking at because literally, so I don't know everything, so I'll be looking at my notes. So I'm just going to put my notes right in front of me here. Now the first thing about people that has shiny object syndrome, they get easily distracted, right? They don't focus. So lack of focus is one of the key ingredients in having a shiny object syndrome. And as I said, it's something that happens to majority of us at some point in time. Maybe because we are bored. It may be because we are not very busy at some point in our life. It happens. Like it has happened to me a lot of times. For example, I remember when my baby was ill and I was at home. I had massive. Let me adjust this a bit. I have had massive shiny object syndrome, and the reason was because I didn't have so much to do. I easily got distracted. I wasn't sure when my next big break was coming from. I was bored. Right? So if you're in that boat, it's okay to be there, but it's not okay if you stay there. It's okay if you say, okay, I'm here right now and I need to move. Now, as I was saying, I was in a networking event recently, about a month or two ago, and then I met a woman, and then I never met her before, then we just got talking, and then she got telling me about how she's doing this course and doing that course, and I said, okay, so you've been doing so many courses, what have you gotten out of it? Have you gotten anything tangible? What have you gotten out of these courses you've been doing? She said, well, nothing much, but she's still looking at doing a few more courses. And then I told her, you need to stop, right? And I told her how last year I got an opportunity to do, I think it's called YALI, yes, Mandela Washington Fellow, something. I can't remember the full acronym for it. And then I turned it down because it wasn't in alignment with my goals. It wasn't in alignment with my vision. And she said, why should I do that? Don't I realize that I'm going to be exposed, I'm going to be trained, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want it. Like, it's not where I'm going right now. I kind of have a clear vision on where I'm going, and I kind of have a clear vision of how I'm going to get there. And being a Mandela Washington Fellow is not going to help me get to where I'm going right now. Maybe in the next couple of months or the next couple of years, but right now, no, it's not in my plan. It's not on my vision board, and I'm focusing strictly on. You can't view. I'm sorry about that. Does anyone else have that problem of not being able to view? My phone is ringing. I wonder who that is. Does anyone else have that problem? I'm sorry if you can't view. You will be able to catch the replay. Let me be sure my volume is. Be sure my volume is not on. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if you can't view. I'm really, really sorry. Okay, so So she went on how I made a big mistake not deciding to go on that. And I actually turned down a couple of other things. Oh, you can say me or something. Okay, thanks for giving me the heads up. I turned down a whole lot of other trainings because it's not just in alignment with my vision. I'm the kind of person that I don't get high on motivation. Now, an average Nigerian gets very high in motivation. You can do this. I believe in you. You get high, temporary highness, and then after that highness, what do you get to do about it? You just go like a deflated balloon. You just go down. Now, you should know that if you get high, what kind of people that get high on motivational speeches, get off it. You are having that is a chronic symptom. I have some of the symptoms here of suffering is SOS, and I call it SOS, shiny object syndrome. Now, there's a saying that when a sailor is not sure of where he's going, every wind is the right wind. So if you're on the sea, for example, you're on the Mediterranean or you're on the Atlantic Ocean and you are sailing to maybe the Bahamas, or maybe you're even going to China to buy goods, maybe to clear your goods, would you say, okay, I'm not sure where I'm going, and then the wind blows you this way, and then you meet yourself in where, Ghana or Togo, and then it blows you that way to there, and then meet yourself. If you lack focus, you will perpetually be suffering the shiny object syndrome, and you will not be able to get anything done. Hi, Violet Aqua, thanks for joining. So if you, I want you to give yourself a check. Do you have books you've bought, books on your shelf you've not read? That means you have the SOS syndrome. Do you have courses you've not done? That means you have this shiny object syndrome. Do you have lots of apps you've downloaded on your phone that are doing the exact same thing? You have 5 video apps, 2 apps for, you have Facebook pages, you have Facebook groups, you have this, you have that, everything for Facebook. You're not even using any of them. You don't even know how to use it. But when somebody talks about downloading the new software or something, you are the first person to go to the app store to download it, clogging up your phone, clogging up your memory, making your phone slower, and you still are not using it. You are suffering from a shiny object syndrome, and you need to get over it fast, because truth is that once it affects one part of your life, it gradually affects the other part of your life. So do not take any more courses until you finish the ones you've done, right? And it all boils down to being clear on where you're going. In a short while, I'm going to talk about what to do to overcome it, and how you can actually get over the SOS syndrome. So the first thing you need to know is what causes it is when you are easily distracted. I already mentioned that sometimes when you are bored, when you don't have so much to do, when your hands are, we don't want to say about I don't mind being a devil's workshop. It happens to many of us. I said it has happened to even me before. So it's okay to be there, but it's not okay to stay there. And that thing that causes it is lack of clarity. You are not clear about your goals. You are not clear about your vision. Hi, Sean. You're not clear about your visions. You're not clear about your methods. You're not clear about how to get to where you're going. So if I'm going to Abuja, for example, I know I'm going to maybe take a bus, ABC or GUO, or I take a flight, right? But if you're not sure if you're going to Abuja or Nasara, or if you're going to Lokoja, how on earth are you going to get to your Abuja? So even if you're going to Abuja, you need to be set. What exactly am I going to go in Abuja? Am I going for a wedding? Am I going to shop? Am I going to visit His Excellency? Beyond knowing where you're going, knowing what you are going to do there would help you stay focused and will help reduce your distraction. So my thought for you today is figure out exactly where you're going. If you can figure out where you're going, it will make it a lot easier for you to get there. Then the third reason, or the fourth, is selling yourself short. You see, you keep selling yourself short. You keep telling yourself, I'm not sure this is for me. I'm not sure I can do this. Truth is, you can. I'm telling you, you can, because I don't have foreheads. I'm just a basic chick like you are. Sorry for the guys watching this, but if I can do it, so can you. If every other fashion designer can be on London Fashion, or I don't know, all the high-end fashion shows in the world, why can't you? What's the difference between you and Tara Dress, if you're a makeup artist? Why can't you do it? So you need to be sure of where you are going. The problem most people have is they don't have clear goals. So that is part of the greater solution to your SOS syndrome. Have clear goals that defines where exactly you're going, because it helps you stay focused. You wouldn't be a makeup artist and then you now decide to see a free training on making hair, and then you say, oh my god, I want to go and learn it because the training is free. The fact that something is free does not mean you must always take it. Free is not always good, right? Now, the other thing you need to know that causes it is not focusing on what matters. But then it still boils down to you not even knowing what matters. So you're not focusing on, okay, you have a plan. Okay, this year I'm going to learn makeup artist training. Next year I'm going to do a small launch. And then in 3 years, I'm going to expand my launch to maybe start working with maybe online celebrities, or maybe you want to break into Nollywood or Hollywood. Focus, babe, focus. Once you can focus, it's easier for you to get to where you're going if you are sure where you're going to. So, as I said, the first thing you need to do is, if you have a project you want to start. Don't think, okay, I'm going to start. When am I going to start? I'm making my researches, analysis paralysis. You're not proceeding. You're not going anywhere. Just start. Don't start and then stop and then start something else and then stop and then. I have one of my friends. Since I knew her, she started over 7 different businesses. I'm not even playing. She has started 7 other different businesses. Now, don't get it wrong. I'm one of those people that I'm very curious, so I get to learn things a lot. Like, I've learned makeup. I've not learned how to make hair. I've learned how to sew. I've learned how to string beads. But this is just for personal development. Out of fact, okay, I want to learn how to do it, so I know how to do it for myself. But I'm talking of starting up a business, starting up a shop, buying tools, leaving those tools, going again, buying a machine, buying this, stopping, starting something else, because she sees someone on social media making money from it. I say, oh, I can actually do this. This baby's sewing, I can sew. Or this baby's doing shoes, I can make shoes. Or this baby's doing that, I can. Don't be a shiny object lover. Break off the shiny object syndrome now, not tomorrow, but right now. So first step is setting goals for yourself. Set clear goals on where you're going. I'm sure you've all heard about the acronym for SMART goals. I'm not going to overflow that. Then the next thing is always plan. Plan your day, plan your week, plan your month, and plan your year. Now, if you have your day planned and your week planned and your month planned, in fact, you have your entire life planned, you will be less distracted. I always tell people, I knew when I was 20, I knew what I was going to be when I was 25. When I was 25, I knew what I'll be when I was 30. And I know what I'm going to when I'm 35, when I'm 40, and when I'm 45. So I'm highly focused on what I'm doing and where I'm going. And it can be the same thing for you. Just make sure you are deliberate about what you're doing, and it will be a lot easier for you to get there when you actually figure out exactly where you are going. Now, next up is remove distractions. Social media is full of distractions. Oh, Facebook, oh, Instagram, oh, Pinterest, oh, this, oh, Twitter. You don't have to be on all social media, my darling. You don't. I'm not active on Twitter. I'm not active on... Okay, I'm active on Facebook and Instagram, and then that's about it. You won't even catch me trying to be all things to all people. I'm not even close. So you need to focus. Even on Facebook, I'm not on Facebook the whole day. I'm on Facebook for years. I'm shutting down. I'm turning off my internet. I'm working offline. Right? So focus on what matters, because that is what will generate money. Now, some people will tell you, okay, no, I'm not motivated. It's not money for me. If you want to be an NGO and then you are a philanthropist, awesome, works for you. Focus on your philanthropy, but being on Facebook is not going to help your philanthropy. So focus on what matters. I like focusing on the money making stuff because that's what my business is all about. I help my clients generate money, so I need to focus on money making stuff. So figure out if it's making people beautiful, that is your concern, then focus on that. So figure out what works, what it is pressing right now, and focus. Being on Facebook is not making you money. Being on Instagram, scrolling on the news feed and looking for nice style or Ashoebi is not going to make you money. Bella, Ninja, Linda, and KG are already billionaires. Staying on their blog is not going to help you in any way. So you need to focus on what is going to help your business and not what is going to grow someone else's business. So being on Facebook, meandering, checking this group here, browsing there, is not going to help your business. So you need to understand that what matters is what works. What works now? Where am I going? And how am I going to get there? Focus on that right now and leave. You don't always have to be on social media. Be on Facebook in the morning, hike on your like a fila. Be on Facebook for a few hours, go off Facebook and focus on proper work. Get work done, get shit done. Now, that's about removing distractions. Next up is pick a strategy that works for you. You see, strategy is not something you should copy from someone else, right? Strategy is something that is you, right? What works for me may not work for Motayotin, okay? What works for Semia Shabia Jibewa may not work for you, right? Find out a strategy that you can own. Work out a strategy that, as I said, what are you focused on in business right now? I always encourage people that starting up that they need to focus on not on making so much money or getting so much customers, but on getting as much experience as possible and having some form of testimonial. So if you're a startup, focus on building your credentials, focus on learning, right? So if you're on Facebook learning, then fine, be on Facebook. That strategy will work for you. But if you know the learning platform that works for you is YouTube, do less of Facebook and work more on YouTube learning. Learning with people, seeing how, if you want to be a YouTube vlogger, See how Tokemakiwa does her vlog. There are lots of vloggers that are successful. So you should be on YouTube learning on how, watch your eye contact, watch their body, their body language, watch how they do everything, and it works. Do it, right? Hi, Serena Francis. Thanks for joining. And if not, find a platform that you know works for you and then create your own strategy. Don't copy Tokemakiwa's strategy. Don't copy my strategy. Find a strategy that works for you and you alone, that you can own. So that when the person sees you, they will know this is uniquely you. Don't try and be someone else. No, you're going to be a photocopy of, and it's going to be a very poor photocopy, of someone else. Find a strategy that you can own of. And I said, strategy is something that changes in every level of your business, every layer of your life. For example, if you want to get married, the strategy of catching Mr. Right is not going to be the same strategy of keeping him when you actually have him. And after you've gotten him and after you guys have gotten married, the strategy of planning a wedding is not the same strategy of maybe having a child. So you need to keep, your strategy is to keep changing on different levels of businesses that you are in different levels of life that you're in, I can't even flog that enough. Have a strategy that you can own. Hi, Badebumi, thanks for joining the live stream. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is get an accountability partner. Because the truth is, you can't do everything on your own. You cannot do everything on your own. It's important for you to get someone that can hold your hand, or when you get stuck, someone that can actually help you get out of that uncomfortable place that you are. Because truly, at some point in business, we all want to back off and say, you know what, I'm training the toe and I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gone. It has happened to me many times. It happened to many people in business. Most of the women I work with, sometimes you're like, oh my God, I can't do it. I say, yes, you can. Because the truth is that you can, right? So get an accountability partner, 2 or 3 people that, and tell them, if I don't do this, I'm going to pay 5K. Like, I'm signing an accountability group very soon, and the initial deposit is 10,000 naira, right? You're going to pay 10,000. So if you miss your tax for the week, you don't meet up, would that be 2,000 naira from your money? So at the end of the week, you have lost the whole of your money or something, because you have to be accountable. If you don't get accountable, you'll be easily distracted, and that's why you need an accountability partner. So that's about it. As I said, start going, keep going, decide, commit, finish, repeat, and then that's the solution. I'm going to run through that again. Start, keep going, decide, commit, rinse, and repeat, and that is the solution for a shiny object syndrome. Don't get distracted. Don't get high or motivation. Get an accountability partner. Always have a plan. Have a plan for growth. Have a plan for expansion. Have a plan for everything, about marketing, about sales, about meeting people, about networking. But deliberate about everything. Nothing good ever happened by chance. You can't say a baby came and then she grew from the fell. It can't happen by chance. It must follow a process. So it's that process you need to focus on, and make sure in every level of the process you understand what's going in and you don't get distracted. Right now, as I said, if you know you have books you haven't read, find time to read it. You know you have courses you haven't done, find time to finish it and get off the shiny object syndrome. So that's my thought to you this morning, guys. Have a very fruitful week and a very awesome Monday. I'm preparing something great for the okay, without hitting 1,000 followers, I'm preparing something really, really awesome for you guys. I'll bring out the news this Saturday, but until then, stay fabulous, guys.